The video is a roleplay between trainer and PDI. The PDI is playing a learner at the partly trained stage. The lesson is the pupil's second lesson and is a development lesson in the use of gears. In the pupil's previous lesson, the following was covered over a typical 2-hour session. Cockpit drill controls lesson. Clutch control. Moving the car. Stopping the car. Steering. Changing gear.
Right, Sam. So we've come back up to our training area. This is the second session that you've got with me, and the reason that we've come back here today and that I've driven you back up here is to sort of just give you a bit of a familiarisation of your training area, so that you can sort of really concentrate on the topics that we're going to tackle, the skills and the routines that we're going to look at. Okay. Is that okay with you? Yeah. We kind of discussed that, didn't we, when we left last week. So the first thing to do before we discuss what we're going to do in the lesson, would you like to get yourself comfortable and set up so we're ready to drive?
Yep.
Would you like some help from me to help you set up? Or
No, I think I can remember.
okay.
Seatbelt on.
Is that the first thing you want to do?
The doors are shut.
Yeah.
So mirrors first.
No. What do you need to do next once you shut the door?
Oh, okay.
That's right. And how are you making sure that you can reach that pedal?
Make sure I've got 45-degree bend and it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And might need to move the steering wheel a little bit. So
Okay.
I'll lift it up. There.
How do you know that that steering wheel's okay for you then? Where are you going to be holding it mostly? Yeah.
I tend to.
Yeah, so you set your seat up. Yeah. Anything else with the seat that you need to do?
Might need to adjust the height. It's comfortable at the minute.
Yeah. Anything else?
The head restraint.
That's right. How are you going to set that up then?
Making sure it's between the top of my ears and my eyes. Is it the rigid part?
Yeah. So do you think that needs to go up a bit? Can you remember how to do it?
It's a little button, isn't there?
Yeah. There you go. Super, do that.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
So now you've done all that, then what can you do?
No, I can do my seatbelt.
Okay. What would have been the problem putting your seatbelt on straight away then, do you think?
Or I just moved and it would have been in the right position.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Right.
And there's something else you need to do to finish the routine off. Can you remember what it was?
Mirrors.
Your mirrors, okay.
Okay, so,
How are you setting that one up?
so I can see out of all of the back mirror, window.
Yeah?
Um,
You happy with that?
yeah.
And what about your door mirrors? How are you setting them up? Can you remember what we said? I went to show you a photo, but I didn't have one.
So I need to be able to see a little bit of the door handle and the full length of the car. They look okay.
Yep. Good. Excellent. Hopefully we may be able to get to speak a bit more about the mirrors today. Like we said last time when we recapped, we said we were going to potentially move on from what we were doing, if you remember. We also spoke about when we finished, we were doing some junctions and we'd got up to second gear, and I was helping you with those junctions because that's a separate lesson.
Yes.
One of the things you did say, because I said, was there anything else that you wanted to do or recap when we revisit your teaching, is you were a little bit concerned about the amount of speed that you were carrying through the junctions, weren't you?
Yes.
And you just wanted to revisit that. So that's something that we can work on, if you like,
Yes.
to start off with. And I did suggest to you that one thing that we could start off with today, which will help you in our lessons coming up with T-junctions, was how to change down gear. And because we've only got into second gear, what we could look at is a rolling first gear, what I call a rolling first gear, where we go at a slow speed and it's slow enough to select first gear without the car stalling.
Okay.
Is it something you think we could look at this morning? Would you like to have a look at?
Yeah, I think so.
So we finished doing a circuit, didn't we, where you were doing clutch control, you were getting the car moving. And are you okay with that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, anything you want to go over today with that?
I don't think so. I think it was more when we were just approaching the junctions, it felt a bit too fast, and so we're going to be looking at that.
And then we looked at gear changes.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, I think so.
And then we looked at stopping, didn't we?
Yes.
And you're okay with stopping the car?
I think by the end of the lesson that was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had one incident where we stalled, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
But we had a chat about why that happened, didn't we? And
we fixed it.
We fixed it, we had a go. Yep, great. Which brings us to this then. Okay, so we're going to use the same circuit today. The reason being is because, like I said, it's familiarisation for you. You know what you're going to be dealing with. Again, we've got two vehicles in the same place as we had the other day. Alright, so we're not having to deal with lots of parked cars. Hopefully it will give you the opportunity to concentrate on what we're trying to achieve. Okay. So if we go ahead and do this then, how much responsibility would you like to take with regards to getting the car moving, stopping the car?
I think by the end of the last lesson that I was okay with it, weren't I? So if I can take responsibility for that. And last time you were checking my mirrors and making sure it was safe to move
that's
off.
right.
So if we can stay with that at the beginning, and then if as I get better we can...
Yeah, okay, so I'll take responsibility for your mirrors and your observations whilst we're doing this exercise. But you're quite happy to move away and bring the car to a stop.
Yes.
I'll obviously keep an eye on you. If I need to help you, remember I've still got the pedals here which I can help you. So I'm going to keep you safe at all times. Because we have got a couple of cars that we've got to deal with. I'll help you with the decision to go around them all, whether we need to stop. Okay. Because again, we've not done a lesson on that yet. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. And then when we get to the end of the road, you're going to talk me through.
Yes, and I'll talk you through. If that's how you want me to do it, like we've done before.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that how you'd like me to do it? Just talk you through what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem at all. So I'll get my seatbelt on then. And right. Do you want to start the car then, Sam? And we'll have a go at this, shall we? So you can drive on when you're ready. So I'll just check you. It's all clear. Excellent. Okay. So again, remember what we said about changing up a gear?
Yeah.
When you're ready, you can get that second gear. Well done. So when we get round the corner and we can see the junction, what I want you to do, there's nothing behind it at the moment, it's just to come off your gas and cover your brake. So that's fine. Can you see the junction now?
Yeah.
So if you come off your...
Yeah.
That's it. Now clutch, just a little bit of brake, and then clutch down, and then move into first gear. Keep slowing down a bit. Now bring that clutch up. That's it. Now the car's nice and slow. We've got a lot more control now for emerging into the new road.
Okay.
Okay, we're good to go.
Okay. That's much easier, isn't it? Yeah.
And now you can get that second gear as and when you're ready for it. Did that feel different to what we were doing the other day?
Yeah, it felt a lot easier, a lot more controlled.
Well done. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the corner and we're going to turn into the new road on the left where we started with exactly the same process.
Okay.
You're okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good. In your mirrors. That's right. Well done. Good position.
Okay.
So again, cover your brake. A little bit of brake. Clutch down. Now get first gear whilst you're braking a little bit. Off the brake. And engage the engine. And then we'll just steer into the road. Excellent. And then just find somewhere to pull up on the left for me. It's safe. You're alright, you can stop. Let's go to where we started. Excellent. Well done. Right, so we've just done one circuit. We had a little chat and you've already identified the difference. Yeah. And the main thing was control.
Yeah.
When we go to do T-junctions, we're going to be looking at more of this. It gives you an insight of what we're going to be doing as we approach some of these junctions where we can't see very well, because we can't see very well as we come up to that, can we?
Not very well.
No. So having that little exercise, was that helpful?
Yes, very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave me more time to sort of think about what I'm doing.
Would you like to have another go at it?
Yeah, I think so. I'll go around once more. And
Okay, so how much of that do you think you could do on your own without so much help from me?
I think I'll be okay, to be honest.
So you want to have a go at it?
Yeah,
with less instruction from me?
If I'm missing something.
Okay, so what I'll do then is, as we've agreed, you have a go, I'll keep an eye, and as I've done before, if I feel that I need to prompt you, I'll come in and sort of lead you to do what you need to do.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
And as I've said, I'll keep it safe if something develops that we've not dealt with before.
Okay. And then you're still going to cover the mirrors?
I'm still going to cover the mirrors.
Okay.
Yeah, just to clarify that. So I'm doing your observations. So just let me know when you're good to go.
Right, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to go. Nothing behind, nothing beside. Good.
So when I can see the junction come off my brake,
Yeah. So as we come round and I see the junction, I'm going to check your mirrors. You do.
Okay,
So it's clear behind.
off my brake.
Think about that clutch, that first gear. I'll have a look to the left and look to the right. Yeah, you're good to go. On the new road, I'll just make sure we're okay at the moment. Now this is going to be interesting, Sam, because that car's going to come out behind us and we've not covered signals before, so we'll carry on until we get to that junction where we'll be turning left. But this time we're going to need to let that car know what we're doing. So you're okay if you just negotiate that car. Well done. You okay?
Yep, I think so.
So what we're going to do, we're going to give them a signal in a minute. So remember that left stalk?
Yeah.
So can you just give them a signal so they know what to do? That's it, and then go for that first gear again. And now they've got on, we're fine. So we're on the new road. And just find something to pull over on the left again. And relax. How was that?
Yeah,
How was that circuit?
It was okay. Something more to think about though.
Yeah, how did you feel with that car behind you?
Okay. When I first saw them coming up, I was a little bit nervous, but
Okay, yeah, I sensed that a little bit.
You dealt with it,
but you dealt with it really well. So we gave that car a signal, which we've not covered yet.
No.
Fortunately, the car behind gave us a bit of time, didn't it? So we gave the signal relatively early to let them know what we were going to do, because you were going to come up to that a bit slower.
Yeah.
So had we left that signal really late, which we didn't, and we'll talk about signals in a bit, what could have happened, do you think, with the car behind?
He probably would have got closer to me because he didn't know where I was going.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know you didn't check your mirrors, so you wouldn't have seen whereabouts they were at that point, and that's obviously going to be the next topic for us to look at.
Okay.
But just going back to the rolling first gear, how do you feel about that now?
It's easier than I expected it to be, and it helps with the control. I didn't feel that I probably didn't need to do it as much on this one.
Not so much
as the first one.
No. And when I teach you T-junctions and turning from a minor road to a major road, there are only a few circumstances where you may need to go into first gear.
Okay.
this bend here is quite sweeping, isn't it? It's not a bend, this junction, whereas some of these junctions that we have to deal with are almost like right angles. So yeah, we might need to go slower because our vision might not be so good as we try to enter the road. Might be parked cars.
So you need what you want to see more.
Exactly, yeah. It's a little bit difficult coming into this one because we've got the house right on the corner and we've got a car parked right at the end of the road there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've got to expect there could be something coming down here, overtaking that car.
So you don't want to go too fast.
You don't want to go too fast. But as we do more driving, and we'll get similar situations like that, I'll be able to help you with that. But it's great that you seem to have a good understanding of that already, because it's going to help you later on in the driving. Okay? So now you've done that twice, how many more times do you want to do it, do you think?
I think if we go around once more, and ideally there wouldn't be a car following us around, and then I think that'd probably be enough and we can move on as long as I do everything okay.
Yeah.
That's alright.
So did you want to, because you've identified it, now you've got the roll and first gear for the T-junction, great. Did you want to do the roll and first gear for that one, and then just do this one coming back in here in that second gear?
Yeah.
If you feel if you feel it's appropriate.
Yeah, because I can still slow the car down a bit with the brake and then come in.
You can, that's right. Remember what I said to you when we were driving down the road, to help us with our vision, what were we using for that bend back there?
Our reflections and stuff like that.
Okay, so when turning into this road, to help you make a decision whether you're going to use second or first gear, what could you use to help you?
Well, I can see the car from as I'm coming in, can't I?
You can.
So I can potentially use car or...
Yeah.
Because there's no houses. Cause there's
no, but there is a car there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So that car's quite close to the junction, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we could use the reflection in the paintwork to see if something's coming up to overtake that on our side of the road.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to have a go at that then?
Yeah.
So I'm taking responsibility for your observations and your mirrors, yes? And you're happy to take responsibility for the other things?
Yes.
And I just keep us safe?
Yep.
Great. Drive on when you're ready then. Just let me know when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. It's safe. We can pull away. I'll just check it's safe for us here, Sam. So there's nothing to the right, there's nothing to the left. Yeah, we're good. You're safe to go around the car, yeah. Good. And we're taking the next left. So there's nothing behind, so we better signal for this car though, because it's now come to the end of the road. Well done. And then just find someone to pull up on the left.
Yeah.
So how did that circuit go then?
It was, yeah, easier.
Good. No, excellent. So your clutch control, the pulling away, the changing of the gear, yeah, really good. and steering. So you seem to have picked this up quite quickly from my point of view, so well done. So that just leaves us to decide what we're going to do now. Have you done enough with this?
I think so. Yeah, I think that I'd like to move on to the next part, so that we're not just going to keep going around in the same loop of me not getting any further.
Okay. Not a problem at all. The one thing that we're going to do before we move off onto a bigger training area is we're just going to look at our mirrors and our observations.
Because you've been doing that.
Yeah, because I've been doing it. It's really important that we do that first. And the reason we're going to do it here is because we've still got a safe environment with not too much going on, okay? And then we can move away from here. Because when we talk T-junctions, we can use a bigger training area because we can have more opportunities to deal with different types of junctions than what we've got on the estate here. Okay, you're all right with that?
Yeah, makes sense.